So let me show you how to properly set up the light and how to improperly set up a light. So I will start with improper setup. Let's go this one. Okay, so as you can see here, the light is pushed quite far away. I would say it's good 8, maybe even 10 feet. I don't know, I'm not very good with measuring this kind of stuff, but it's pretty far away. The shutter speed is set up very fast, and that creates very dark backdrop. And I usually see it with beginner flash photography, where the backdrop is very dark, or way darker than it should be, and the shadows, the light is pretty flat, and it kind of looks like the instant photo or the old instant camera photos that we took back in the day with the flash on top, right? There's nothing, of course, wrong about that. If that's what you are going for, maybe you're going for some vintage style photography, that's fine, right? But if you are trying to use the flash properly, or you want to create a nice uniform look, this is not how we do it. So when we have flash very far away, the shadows are harsher and the light is flatter and also very harsh. So in order to create nice and soft light with soft shadows, we need to bring the light way closer. So let's look at this photo and let's analyze it a little bit. So you can see how dark the shadow is around her head and just behind. So anything that's behind, it's going to have this very dark shadow line. I can also see it here under her chin, and her face is very shiny because the flash is so strong and so far away. So to fix that, I would shoot it like this. I would have my backdrop light lit evenly so I can see what's behind, and only fill in the shadows with the flash. And what it looks like if we take the flash away is this, right? So that's what you start with when you set up your camera with the flash for the photo. You first take and adjust the background and the ambient. So turn off your flash and just play with the settings on the camera to have the background the way you want it. If you want it brighter, that's fine, make it brighter. If you want it darker, make it darker. But it should be intentional. It shouldn't be just taken just because you are just taking it. Always check your settings and make sure that your background is lit the way you want it. So for me, I wanted it like that, and I am not at all worried about how my subject is looking, because this is where the speed light will come in. So this is exactly the same photo with the same settings. You can see we have ISO 100, f2.0 with the same lens and same distance. So when I turn on my flash, it should look like this. Okay, so how I took this photo and how it's different from this photo is that, as you saw, this light was quite far away, while this one is closer. So if I go in this picture here, you can see that my flash is very close to the person, to the subject. It's maybe 2 feet away from their faces, and that is what creates this very soft, very beautiful look with nice soft shadows. Okay, so you can see that this line that was around her is now gone. Just for comparison, this is the very harsh line behind the subject. Here it's more uniform. Of course, we could always fill in the shadow here by bringing a white card or anything. Maybe putting your subject closer to the white wall, just on the side somewhere here, so that the light from your speed light will bounce off the wall and fill those shadows in on this side. But I am not worried about this. This is fine. If that really bothers me, I could always edit that out in Lightroom afterwards. But the idea is to start with a very nice picture that is easier to edit than something like this. Closer light will wrap around your subject, creating very soft shadows. And as you can see, her skin is not as glowy as it was before. This is to me, it's not well taken picture, and it's a not good use of flash. Okay, so now quickly, let's go over using backdrop and how to avoid shadows on the backdrop. And it's a very, very easy fix. All we have to do is to always make sure that our subject is away from the backdrop, around 5 or 4 feet forward. So if I go to this picture, so yes, it's taken outdoors, so it's not the same scenario, but we are only focusing on the shadows. So again, the light is very far away, the backdrop is very, very close. I would say it's maybe a feet away from my subject, and this is way too close, and that's what creates this shadow here. Just for comparison, if I bring my light closer, I also like to lift my light as much as I can. So let's say this is as much as I can, and because it's so close, I will need to lower my power, and of course change my shutter speed. I will move the backdrop where it should be. So to me, it would be something like this. Okay, and now I'll take this picture. Okay, I will not be rendering it because it takes like a good minute or two, but from this very low resolution picture, you can see that where the backdrop was very, very close, we have visible shadows, and where the backdrop is far away, the shadows are gone. So when using flash, always have your subject far away from the backdrop, so there are no shadows casted on it. Okay, so that's another tip for using flash. And I think that's it. I hope that you learned something cool. I hope that the visual representation here helped you a bit understand how to use flash, and I hope that you will not be scared to use flash anymore and that you will rock it on every session. Cheers!